What's up, beautiful people? New video, let's get right into it. Today we're going to be talking about the 10-step Korean skincare routine. I'll be going through each step individually and I'll explain everything you need to know about it. Let's start with step 1 and 2, which is cleansing. So, what even is a cleanser? A cleanser is a specially formulated kind of soap, specifically tailored for your face, which aims to remove impurities like dirt, oil, sweat, and makeup, which, if they build up, can cause acne, irritation, redness, and a lot of other bad things. Cleansing is also very important because it basically prepares your face for all of the other steps, so we're basically working with an empty canvas. Now let's look at the different variants of cleansers. There exists the oil-based ones, which aim to remove oil and makeup. There are also the water-based ones, which remove dirt and sweat. And lastly, there's a mix of both. Now, in the Korean skincare routine, there is a concept called double cleansing, in which you first cleanse your face with oil and then a water cleanser to remove everything that you can in order to start empty. You'll first need to wet your face before doing any kind of cleansing so that it rubs in better. Then you'll put the cleanser in your hands and lather it up till it is a kind of thick foam, which you then can put onto your face. And with gentler circular motions, you're going to go all over your face and also to your neck. In total, it should last about 1 to 2 minutes. Now, on to the recommendations. Let's start first with the oil-based cleanser. I've divided it into 3 categories, starting with oily skin, then dry skin, and then lastly combo skin. These recommendations serve as a general idea of what you should be looking at. Let's start with oily skin. So for oily skin, I recommend the Vanilla Co-Clean It Zero Cleansing Balm Purifying. For dry skin, I recommend the CeraVe Hydrating Foaming Oil Cleanser. And lastly, for combo skin, I recommend the Haru Haru Wonder Black Rice Moisture Deep Cleansing Oil. Moving on to the water-based cleansers as your second step. For oily skin, I recommend the CeraVe Foaming Facial Cleanser. For dry skin, I recommend the Avene Milk Cleanser. And lastly, for combo skin, I recommend the Cosrx Low pH Good Morning Gel Cleanser. Now on to the next step, which is exfoliation. Exfoliation basically removes the dead skins which lay on top of your face and can build up over time, causing impurities. Exfoliation helps to prepare the skin for all of the following steps. Now, exfoliation is quite harsh on the skin, so I recommend, if you have sensitive skin, to leave it out entirely, and if you have like normal sensitive skin, do it only when needed. There are 2 types of variants when it comes to exfoliators. The first one being physical, like scrubs, like sponges, and the second one being chemical, which includes HIH and BHAs, which are different kinds of acids. Now, as I mentioned before, exfoliation can be quite harsh on the skin, especially the physical ones. So for every skin type, I recommend not doing the physical ones because they can be quite harmful and disrupt the natural skin barrier. For chemical, I recommend doing it once or twice per week and your skin should be fine. You basically use it the same way as you would with a cleanser, lathering it up in your hand if it can do that, and applying it evenly across the face and neck. After leaving it on for a bit, you'll want to rinse it off with lukewarm water, and that's exfoliation. So for the recommendations, I have again prepared 3 different ones. For oily skin, I recommend the Paula's Choice Skin Perfecting 2% BHA Liquid Exfoliant. For dry skin, I recommend a softer approach using the ordinary lactic acid 10%. And lastly, for combo skin, I recommend the Isntree Chestnut HA 8% Clear Essence. Step 4. Toner. Now, what does a toner do? The main purpose of a toner is to balance the skin's pH after having cleansed, because cleansing can throw the pH off depending on the cleanser you use. Modern ones don't really do that anymore, but back in the day they used to do that, so that's why we have toners. Just like the exfoliator, it allows other products later on to absorb better into the skin. Not only does it balance the pH, but it also gives needed hydration back to the skin. And this is your last prep step in the routine. Afterwards, everything is about care. Now, there aren't really any kinds of variants when it comes to toners. It more or less depends on what type of skin concerns you have. Now, on to application. You'll want to apply the toner on damp skin, so not wet but also not completely dry. Use a cotton pad if you have one, and if not, you can also apply it onto your hands. And then just gently pat it all over your skin. Face and neck, don't forget any part. Now this is the first product you'll want to leave on the face, so do not rinse it off. Leave it there. For oily skin, I recommend the Course X HIH BHA Clarifying Treatment Toner. For dry skin, you should look into Isntree Hyaluronic Acid Toner, very hydrating. And for combination skin, I recommend the Course X Propolis Synergy Toner. Step 5. Essence. With this, we've reached halftime. Essence is a form to give your skin lightweight hydration after having prepared your skin with everything you've done beforehand. It is the first real care product of your routine. Because it often contains actives like salicylic acid, vitamin C, hyaluronic acid that aim to target specific concerns with your skin. That is also reflected in the variants, where there really isn't any fixed variants. It more or less depends on what you want to achieve, like redness, acne, anti-aging and brightening, for example. Just like the toner, you'd want to apply this ideally on damp skin. Depending on how it comes out of the bottle, you can put it directly onto your skin or firstly onto your hands. You need to spread it all over your face, and of course don't forget your neck. There you let it sit for a while and absorb it. Now let's look at the recommendations. For oily skin, I recommend the classic Beauty of Hosen Ginseng Essence Water. For dry skin, I recommend the Isntree Hyaluronic Acid Water Essence. And for combination skin, nothing else but the Course X Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. Step 6. Serum. Now, what is a serum? A serum is an extremely concentrated formula aimed to deliver potent actives deep into your skin. It most times comes in the form of a dropper, though it can also come in many different other forms. Now for serum, there aren't really any variants like with cleansers. I've divided it into different skin concerns. For example, you'll use vitamin C for brightening and hyperpigmentation, retinol as an anti-aging ingredient or also to fight acne, And lastly, hyaluronic acid in order to fight off dryness and irritation. Just like with everything else here which you leave on the skin, you'll want to apply just a few drops on damp skin. With serum you really don't need much. Gently pat those few drops all over your skin. And don't forget to put extra attention to problem areas. And let that sink in for a second before moving on to the next step. Serum. Now this can be quite expensive, but for oily skin I recommend the La Roche-Posay Retinol B3 serum. For dry skin I recommend the classic, the ordinary hyaluronic acid plus vitamin B5. And for combination skin I recommend the Korean good old green tangerine vitamin C dark spot care serum. Step 7. Face mask. Now, what is a face mask? A face mask is most times a thin sheet filled with concentrated formula. It is one product which you leave on for some time on your skin, and depending of which variant it is, you'll have to wash it off or leave it there. Doing this daily can be quite expensive, so I'd recommend only doing it for pampering purposes or when you have very special occasions like a date, a job interview, a presentation or something in that sort of direction. Face masks come in two variants, which are sheets and clay masks. For this specific video we'll only be looking at sheet masks. Now, how to apply a face mask? First of all, open the package and take the face mask out, put it onto your skin. Since it's a sheet, it might not quite fit onto your face, so you can make any necessary adjustments with a scissor. Depending on the instructions, you should leave it on for 10 to 20 minutes. You can also squeeze out the rest of the package and apply that on the neck. So you basically get everything out of the face mask that you can get out. Recommendations for face masks. For oily skin I recommend the Beauty of Hosen Centella Asiatica Calming Mask. For dry skin I recommend the Mediheal Collagen Essential Mask. And also from Mediheal, for combination skin, I recommend the Vit A Essential Mask. Step 8. Eye cream. What is an eye cream? It's a special formulation for the extra delicate skin around your eyes. Most times eye creams are used to target dark circles, puffiness and fine lines. Since the skin is so thin there, it's a very lightweight liquid. Now there aren't really any variants, and eye cream is also arguably one of those steps which you don't need to do, especially if you're tight on the budget. For application you only need a really small amount which you put on your ring finger. Then with the ring finger you gently tap around the eye area while avoiding obviously direct contact with the eyes. Recommendations for eye cream. For oily skin I recommend the Beauty of Hosen Revive Eye Serum, Ginseng and Retinol. For dry skin I recommend the Purito Centella Unscented Eye Cream. And lastly, for combination skin, I recommend the Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair Eye Cream. Step 9. Moisturizer. Now, the moisturizer is one of those very important steps which you definitely should not skip, because it basically seals off all the previous steps you have done. It strengthens the skin barrier by providing extra hydration, and it comes in various textures suitable for different skin types. Just like with eye cream, the variants here don't really exist and depend on what you want to address. Ideally, you'll apply it onto damp skin so it can penetrate better. You just need to use a pea-sized amount. That pea-sized amount you'll want to gently massage onto your skin and of course the neck as well. And this is one step which you want to let fully absorb into your skin till it's basically almost dry. Recommendations for moisturizers include the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Cream for oily skin, for dry to very dry skin the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream, and for combination skin the popular Purito Deep Sea Pure Water Cream. Step 10. Sunscreen. Now this is the last and most important step of all, because sunscreen protects the skin, as the name implies, from the sun. It prevents sunburn, premature aging, and skin cancer. I cannot emphasize just how important it is to use sunscreen in preventing long-term skin damage. If you don't do sunscreen, everything you've done before all 9 steps will be useless in like a decade. There are 3 variants when it comes to sunscreen. The first one being mineral sunscreen, which often contains like zinc or titanium dioxide. Chemical sunscreen, which is used more often and contains ingredients like octinoxate. And lastly, hybrid sunscreen, which is a combination of both. You'll want to apply sunscreen only in the mornings. At night you can skip this. It should be the last step of your skincare routine and is the step you do before applying makeup like primer, foundation. This is the only product where you really want to use generous amounts to cover your whole face and neck, and of course the rest of your body. You should apply the sunscreen at least 15 minutes before going out so it can take full effect. Sunscreen recommendations. Here I'll always suggest going 50 plus, even if you don't really need it, just to be safe. For oily skin, I recommend the Eucerin Sun Face Oil Control Dry Touch Gel to Cream. For dry skin, the Isntree Hyaluronic Acid Watery Sun Gel. And for combination skin, I recommend the Round Lab Birch Juice Moisturizing Sun Cream. That's it. Those were all 10 steps. I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like and comment if you want to see more.